my name's Mandy Rigby of Canine Scentwork Academy, and I'm really excited today to introduce my guest, Mary, and her little adorable dog, Pegsy, who she's going to tell you all about. Mary's come on today to chat to us about her experience on my online course, Sniff It Out, and the journey that her and Pegsy have taken over the last few months. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome Mary to Canine Scentwork Academy, and we'll have a chat about her journey. So hello, Mary, how are you?
Hello, Mandy. Yeah, I'm really good, thanks. And this is little Pegsy. She's fast asleep on the back. She's tired out.
Oh, bless her. Could you tell us a bit about yourself and what you do for a living and what Pegsy and how Pegsy's involved in your life? And what breed is she as well?
Yeah. Well, Pegsy, she's 2 years old, and her mum was a Shih Tzu, and dad was a Bichon, so she's a little Zuchon. Um, I live in Hexham, Northumberland, and we run a small dog grooming and boarding business, Cozy Paws Dog Care. And we're pretty busy with that. Pegsy is my little helper. She's with me 24/7. She
Oh,
helps meet and greet the dogs who come to stay. She loves to meet the dogs who come for groom, and she loves to be involved sitting watching the grooming process. So she's a
oh,
busy
bless
girl.
her. Yeah, it's a very sociable girl, I think, as well. There's always lots of lovely pictures of her and all with her little friends.
Yes.
Oh, bless her. So, and she's not that old, is she? Is she about a year and a
It's,
half?
yeah, she's 2 years old, Mandy. Yes.
Oh, fabulous. So, with scent work then, is scent work something that you knew about before, or had somebody recommended it to you? Because so a lot of people haven't heard of it, and so I'm always interested to find out your story behind how you came across scent work.
Well, I'd always had great admiration for scent detection dogs and the work that they do. I'd always been absolutely in awe of, the work and what they achieve basically, but I didn't know really very much about how it was taught at all. Um, and that combined with the fact that Pegsy, from being a little girl, she wasn't really the most optimistic or confident little girl. And so I felt that I needed to look at something that would hopefully grow our optimism and confidence, and that we could do together for quality time together. Um, so really her skills could grow and my learning could grow. And we just had a little bit of a look around at different things we could do, and we came up with scent work, um, which has turned out to be great, I must add. Um, And in my searches, I came across Kate at the Sniffer shop. She's the most lovely lady, extremely helpful, and she straight away said, recommended yourself and your Canine Scentwork Academy, in particular, the Sniff It Out course. And so literally, we finished the conversation with Kate and we jumped straight on and joined. And the other factor for us was that with the work that I do, it's sort of 24/7. I'm not the best at regulating sort of work life and sort of my life. So we're always sort of on call with our boarding and things.
Mm,
So attending classes, training, like sort of a set 6-week course was going to be quite difficult for us, and we weren't going to be able to sort of commit fully. So the thought of an online training course, was really, really good. Combined, of course, with Pegsy being a dreadful traveller, every time that she did even a little journey, because she was so like nauseous, she just felt bad at the other end of the journey. So that sort of was going to put classes on a little bit of a back foot to start with.
mm,
So to be
absolutely.
able to learn in our own environment meant that we could hopefully get a good learning and skill set for hopefully when she's a better traveller, and we can sort of take it maybe it's a little bit further, and go out and do a little bit few more fun things, as it were. So
Yeah,
that's how we
absolutely.
got to scent work. Yeah.
And have you found in general it's improved her optimism as you've worked through the course? And And your
Um,
generally your relationship together and understanding of each other.
yeah, it's been, I just can't put it into words, to be honest. Optimism, one of the main things that I would say about the course is her optimism has grown fantastically. Her confidence in life has grown. She's just such a much happier little girl. And it's lovely to see her skill set. Just it's massive to what it was.
Mm,
And she's so happy. She absolutely loves the work and the little challenges that we set in the training that has come through the course.
mm,
So it's been absolutely wonderful for her growth and my
yeah.
learning.
Yeah, and you're learning of lots of different aspects of scent work in dogs'
Yeah,
behaviour. It gets combined, doesn't it? And I mean,
yeah.
you've been amazing how you've grasped the course with both hands and and both paws. Pegsy definitely has, and you've grasped it, and you've followed the learning path through. You've waited for modules to sort of be released. You've dived into those, done the work. If you've needed support, you've reached out for the support as well. And yeah, you really have made the most of an online journey, because it can be done, and there's lots of people out there that are doing it. And I think with scent work, because it's a very personal experience between you and the dog as well, for them to learn in their own environment, is really, really nice, because then once they're confident with doing it, they can, as you say, you can take it out further. You can take it, on holidays, you could take it into a class situation, but you will have achieved a certain level before you started when she's able to do that. Or you could start entering, little trial-based things, because the course does cover a range of different target odors. That you could start doing whatever. So really, she's a young dog. She's only 18 months. You've got the rest of her life to explore, and she's so good at it. And she's you're training, because you are your dog scent work trainer. We as instructors can advise you, but at the end of the day, you are your dog's trainer. And she's so brilliant, and her indication is lovely. Her motivation to search has always been absolutely fabulous. And she's a right little star. She really is. Um, how have you found, you've passed that learning on to her and taught her as her instructor. How have you found the course, the layout and the instruction and the learning platform of it? Was it clear enough for you to
Oh,
understand it?
yeah, absolutely amazing layout. Really, really user friendly, which for me as a very untechy person
Yeah,
was
like
brilliant.
myself, yes.
Yeah, that was one of the things, one of the sort of that was holding me back a little bit from the online learning was that I'm not at all techie. And I thought, oh gosh, I hope I can navigate through this. But
Mm,
the course, honestly, you've got it set out so user friendly. It's brilliant. And
mm.
each module leading on to the next. It's a wonderful progression and so easy to follow. I've got to say that the educational journal is
Mm.
just fantastic.
Yes, and you've carried on with the journal, haven't you? And yeah,
Yeah,
completed your
yeah.
journal and
I mean, I printed it off because I sort of like the paper aspect of it.
mm,
And I've found that that has been wonderful because, I use it to record progress. I use it as a reference and sometimes a little bit of a recap. Oh, where was that up to? Or I just need to sort of recap on something to ensure that I'm like still using the right technique because sometimes you can just maybe get into your own ways and you need to
yeah,
sort of make sure you're back on the right
yeah,
road, as it
because you
were.
haven't got anybody there, physically there to
Yes,
tell
yeah,
you.
but the journal makes sure that that sort of replaces the person being there, as it were,
Mm.
in a class. So yeah, I mean, I found it, absolutely, amazing. And I've got to say that your support throughout, honestly, fantastic.
Oh, you're so
Couldn't have wished
welcome.
you better, honestly. But it means such a difference, Mandy, because um sometimes if you can't get like the feedback, you're sort of in limbo a little bit because you don't know if you're doing it right and you don't know whether to progress. But from your feedback, I mean, it was so detailed,
Mm.
unbelievable. It's as though you know that you were in the room with Pegsy and I. I know you had a little video, but it's as though you were in the room and you could sort of see things that I couldn't see in the video that you were sort of
Yeah.
tweaking me. And I'm thinking, this is amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which is fabulous, isn't it? Because I can see more from a video than necessarily in person because I can keep rewatching it and keep looking
yeah,
and appraise it and give you feedback from that way. And yeah, the videos have been a joy to watch and appraise on a few videos through each day and. It's just been wonderful to watch her progression and your confidence in being able to make your own decisions through that process as well and think I'm not quite sure, I don't think that's actually doesn't feel right to you, so you're
yeah.
becoming that much um more wiser to sort of scent work and instructing as well, so yeah, I hope you'll be able to start instructing your clients. You'll have to have a little scent work class because you're quite rural, aren't you? Are you quite
Yeah,
away from? Yeah,
very rural, Mandy. Yes, we are. Which is lovely for us, you know. So I think that's probably why the grooming and the boarding works quite well, to be honest. You
yeah.
know, the doggies come for a nice sort of retreat holiday, as it were, you know, a chill out in the countryside, basically. Um, but I think that
Oh, they have to have scent games now.
yeah, yeah. Oh, but it's amazing though, since I've learned so much from this course, you know, I'm always looking at sort of, you know, interaction for them and things like that and
Mm,
enrichment for them. And now I have far more scent work activities for the guests
yeah.
as well as our own dogs than I
Oh,
ever had before. And the amazing thing is, I mean, I actually love that sniff, 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 the sound of it, you know, when
oh,
they're really
yes.
I'm
When their olfactory system properly kicks into odor and they're properly,
yeah.
yeah,
And
brilliant.
so our dogs and the guests, you know, will have lots of little scent worky things that they can use in general. And it's just brilliant. But having that more knowledge now has, you know, helped that amazingly as well, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I think the more knowledge, I think with scent work, it's one of those things, the more you get to know about it from the human perspective, the more interesting it becomes.
Yeah,
If you don't sort of grab that education, it's sort of just the dog sniffing around, or sort of forage feeding, if you like. But the more education you get, and you'll be able to watch the programs with the operational dogs now in a totally different light
yes,
because you've got so
yeah,
much more education behind it.
yeah.
So that's brilliant. So for anybody that is interested in having a look at the course, there is a link attached here. And I just want to sort of thank Mary for coming and talking about her experience. And just finally, Mary, if there's somebody has looked, over the course and is concerned about doing an online course and, looking at the Sniff It Out Scent Mastery course, what would your advice be for them?
Don't hesitate. It's an amazing course. Um, I would say, you know, sign up and you'll get so many benefits, both yourself and your dog, and the relationship between the two of you, which to me is the most important thing about,
Mm.
you know, having a little dog. Whether it's a companion or a competition dog, yeah, thoroughly recommend it.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Mary. And Pegsy has just been an absolute little star there, just dozing off, listening to us chat. So thank you so, so much for talking to me today. And yeah, carry on sniffing, and we'll certainly be putting more challenges your way in the future. So we'll keep you going.
Oh, thank you,
Okay.
Mandy.
Thank
Bye,
you.
bye,
Bye-bye.
bye,
Bye-bye.
bye.